welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki and I'm the owner of Nikki Studios, and Happy New Year. So I haven't actually vlogged or posted on social media, I think maybe like once, for the entire Christmas period, and I've missed it, but I've really enjoyed just being off work and just relaxing and spending time with my family. So I hope you guys had a lovely Christmas and I hope you had a lovely New Year. So we had everyone round for Christmas on Christmas Day in the afternoon, which was lovely. And I pretty much had 2 weeks off over the Christmas period, which, as I said before, that has never ever happened to me. So it was really nice. But now that the kids are back at school, it's really hard in the mornings, because where we've been really slow in the mornings, you know, I've sorted the kids out with their breakfast, and then I've made a cup of coffee and I've sat back in bed and we've had a cup of coffee. Me and Rob have had a cup of coffee together, and it's just been really nice, really chilled. So I thought I'd really struggle getting back into our normal routine. So I get up at 5:30, because I like to have like half an hour to myself before the rest of the crew wake up. But actually it hasn't been too bad. I actually think that today, so when I'm vlogging this is Wednesday, I probably found this morning the hardest to get up. But anyway, New Year's, so last week was very quiet. I did say to Rob, maybe we should do something this year, maybe have a party or have just people over for New Year's. But in the end, we just thought, let's just have a quiet one, because the Christmas week was so hectic. We were busy all the time, and obviously because it's Christmas, it's our youngest son's birthday on the 27th, and so everyone comes around again, and yeah, it was busy. So last week we had a really chilled out week, and it was bliss. We sorted out our old kitchen, what I call the boiler room, because the boiler's in it, but it does have tools and things in it, which we completely gutted, because our old kitchen we're just making into like a temporary gym. So we did a lot of sorting out, which now in turn means that the outside of the house is just a nightmare. The thing is, like, people come out, I mean, it's a massive renovation. Like, the whole house is being renovated, alongside Rob working full time, and well, I was working full time, now I'm part time, so in my other job. So yeah, like 1 minute it's like completely clear because we've had the skip in, we've gutted everything, and then a couple of weeks later it's a bombs it again because we're working on something else. But anyway, that was my Christmas and New Year. So Christmas was hectic because I've got 3 children, and it's one of their birthdays, and New Year's was lovely and chilled. Now I think probably this year is the first year that I haven't actually set any resolution. Like, I don't really do resolutions, I kind of have like goals. I think the only goal that I really have is, or goals that I really have is slowing down. That is the biggest thing for me, is to slow down and just appreciate just little things, enjoy preparing the meals more, planning better, so that when it comes round to dinner time, I'm not just trying to whack something together in like half an hour, enjoy the process of it. I want to obviously focus on my sewing business, Nikki Studios, and growing that. I would like to do a few markets this year. Those are really my goals for this year. We are getting married. For those of you who don't know, we're getting married in August. So We do have some hen parties, stag parties. I need to go bridesmaid shopping with my bridesmaids. Obviously just everything to do with the wedding. I mean, a lot of it's already been done, but you know, certain things can't be done until closer to the time. So we're having like little events. So we're making our own bouquets. I love flower arranging. My mum worked in a florist and one of my bridesmaids worked in a florist. And I'm very creative, and so is my mum, and so are a couple of my friends, well, my bridesmaids, including my daughter. So I thought it would be really nice if we can make our bouquets. So I've got like another day that we are doing like practicing doing a dummy run of our bouquets and buttonholes, and it's a very exciting year. It's very, very full on. There is something on every single month, whether it be a birthday or whether it be a gathering or whether it be Galentine's or whether it be, you know, different parties. So yeah, this year is going to be a very full on, even though I'm trying to relax and just appreciate certain things, like little things. Relaxed but busy. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, so over the Christmas period, I didn't actually come down into the basement that much. So for those of you who don't know, my studio is actually in my basement of our house, which is basically the main reason why we bought this house, and the fact that it was such a big project, which is what we wanted. So that's why we bought the house. So I haven't really done much. Now I have a lot of projects that I'd like to do this year, and I've made a few more of my AirPod cases. So I've made a couple more of these. I've done like two of each. Whoops a daisy. I may have touched on them in my previous vlog, I cannot remember. Yeah, so I've got a bunch of these. They all have a little clasp here, so you can clip them onto your bag or your laptop bag or anything like that. I have made a few more book corners because they are actually quite popular of mine. So here are, I've literally just, I only use my fabric book corners with my scraps. So I use up they're not scraps, but I mean, they are smaller pieces of fabric than what I have. Sorry, I need to grab a tissue because for some reason, as per usual, my nose is running again. And excuse the hair. I'm trying to grow out my full front fringe, and this is what we're working with at the moment. So there we go. And I've got about umpteen different layers on because it was cold this morning when I was walking the dog at 6:15. So here are a bunch of these. So I've sold quite a few of those, which makes me really, really happy because I love reading. And oh, I missed one, a little cute pink one here. So for Christmas, so I had this idea and I've made my own pattern for it. I did my own measurements, so everything is everything that I've done. So I have seen some YouTube tutorials online to make something the same or very similar, but so I created my own pattern with it, and I wanted to do it for Christmas for my family who I was either giving money to, sorry, or gift vouchers. So I made these cute little wallets. So money wallets, gift voucher wallets. You could use them for lots of different things. So these are some of what I've made to go on my shop and for my markets. So I don't know if I actually took pictures of the ones that I made for my families. So I'll just show you these ones. So again, I haven't used my scraps. These are like bigger pieces of scraps. They're bigger pieces of material that I have, but they're not on my bulk, so they're not on my fabric wall. They're actually, so I showed you a little tour around my studio at the beginning of this vlog. So I have taken a lot of the stuff out as in the boxes and some of the drawers that I use, my display, all stuff that I use for markets, a couple of extra of the clear boxes that I use as well for storage. I've taken them out, so I've temporarily put them in the what will be the kitchenette. It will be my little kitchenette in there eventually, which is actually the other side of this wall behind the chimney here. So I've put them in there for now because it was just, I can't deal with, I love things around me. I love having trinkets, as you can see. I just don't like having everything everywhere, and I use every part of this room when I'm creating. So I've got my iron station, I've got my movable island, I've got my fabric wall, my scrunchy part, I've got my Cricut, my printers, my label, just everything. So every part of it, and obviously my desk that I'm sat next to, every part of this room I use. So I need as much floor space as possible, and I do have Studio Dog here as well, and he's always in here with me, so I need his little space as well. So I tidied everything up, and I moved my fabric, which was, I have shown you before if you have seen on previous vlogs. I have a big clear box with a load of scrap fabric in, but I separated all of the larger pieces of fabric and the little tiny pieces of fabric. I've put the little tiny pieces of fabric back in the box, and the larger pieces of fabric, which I can use for corner bookmarks or my new little cute wallets. I have actually organised my movable island and put them in there so that all of my material is one half of the room. So which makes me very happy. So all of the larger pieces of fabric that I had in my scrap box, I have transformed into some of these. So every one is different, and they're unique because I probably don't have enough fabric to make the exact same one again. So for instance, this is more on the yellow tones. So I have some cute little flowers here, blues, pinks, yellows, and the green foliage with a yellow popper and my label in the side, and inside you have some striped fabric. Now I have put something in here. I've made a little divider. So you've got a little divider here. So if you wanted money here, receipts or whatnot, and then you wanted gift cards or, you know, vice versa or whatever, you can put them in here. Now you do not have to use these for or what I've made them their purpose to be. You can put a couple of pens in there. I mean, not a pencil case, but you could put, I mean, pens aren't going to fall out of here, pencils aren't going to fall out of here. Just a little, I mean, you could put glasses in here as well. Yeah, just little knick-knack things that you can put in your laptop bags, your handbags, your other bags, your school bags, just everything, or even your suitcases or your carry-on for traveling. So it's anything for like on the go, if yeah, or commuting or anything like that. So I'm just going to run through the couple of options that I currently have again. So they all have the matching divider inside, so they don't require a lot of fabric, but they do require a decent enough of fabric because I make the little divider to match. So I just think they're really cute. I actually made this one for myself. This one is probably one of my favorites because if you know me and you've stuck around for a couple of my blogs, or you've looked on my website, it's quite I love polka dots too. It's quite florally heavy because I just love flowers, I love the garden, I love nature. So yeah, these are quite floral, most of them. This one has got a subtle it's just a plain subtle insert. This fabric that I'm just about to show you is actually vintage fabric. I love this fabric. I love this green. My daughter, this is one of her favourites, but I'd already made her one for Christmas and put some money in there for her. So see, so you just seen the inside of that one, which is green. So this one I've actually made, so I have a blue popper I've actually made with larger polka dots. Do you see what I mean? So I'm not, once these are sold, that's it. I'm pretty sure I cannot make another one exactly the same, because these are fabrics that I won't be able to get again. I love this one because orange is one of my favourite colours. And I love stripes, as I just said, so yeah. Nearly done. This is quite a cute one. Pinks and purples. This is very subtle. Again, this is one of my daughter's favourites. She tends to go for the more nudie colours. And the last one, cute little like ditzy floral print there, and the polka dots. So those are my little wallets that I've made, which I'm incredibly chuffed with. The fact that I made my own pattern, and the fact that I had my own measurements. I've never done that before, and obviously if you're a seamstress or you're you make your own clothing, I give it out to you guys. Like, you're amazing if you can make your own patterns. But I was actually really chuffed with me doing those, and there's a bunch there. I will be making a lot more as well. I then thought that I love stationery, so I have actually made, I'm knocking everything off, a couple of resin large paper clips. So I'm actually using one of them at the moment. So I thought that these would be quite cute with, I'll just show you some of my, this one isn't my, this is one of my journal sleeves. Oh, no, this is not one of my journal sleeves. This is one of my sleeves, which I have put some extra bits and bobs in. And I just thought that this might be quite cute to just pop in here. So some of them will be colour coordinating. Some of us who want this one obviously doesn't go with this one. But, you know, I just thought that that would be quite a cute... excuse me, cheaper item to put on my website and my market store. And I just thought these would be really handy. I've got one which is exactly the same as this. I only made 3, so I just wanted to try it out. I've never done resin, but actually that's a lie, I have done resin before. I actually did it last year when I took me and Olivia away for a weekend to a craft and spa manor house, which I'll just pop it here. So it's an Ashbury Manor house. It's a resort, and it's amazing. If you love sports, if you love crafts, if you love spas, then this is your place to go. It was a little bit expensive, but we had an amazing time. And actually, I had a brochure free yesterday, and they have done up some of their rooms. I don't actually know what's happening with my nose. Why does this always happen to me? It must be something. Oh, I thought, remember, if you've seen my previous vlogs, you would have remembered me saying that I think that it might have been something, one of my, like, wax burners or something. But I've been down here other days, and my nose has actually been absolutely fine. So, I don't know. So, apologies. Yeah, so let's just backtrack. The Manor and Ashbury resorts, they are amazing. Yeah, if you love all that kind of stuff, you have to go. They do some deals, actually. I think I got ours on a deal, but it was still quite expensive for just 2 people. There was no point in Rob coming or the boys coming, because the boys were too young to do a lot of the activities. and Rob doesn't really like he doesn't like sports. He would have only benefited from the swimming, really, and the boys couldn't cover the spas. So yeah, there was no point, and I just thought it'd be really nice just to do a couple of the activities there with me and my daughter. So I have only done resin once, and actually I've really enjoyed it. I have got a couple of other things that I'm wanting to make, but I haven't. I said it in my last vlog, so I have got some part of it made, but I haven't actually put them all together. So it's resin, but that's what I'm going to say. So I must finish those. Like I said, I literally haven't been down here for like 2 weeks. So yeah. So I also wanted to make something else, which is for stationery. Again, trying to use up some of my larger scrap fabric. Now I have this sort of thicker fabric. I think it's like a canvasy sort of one. And I made this. It looks a bit like Cath Kidston. So it's got my logo on it. And it's a pencil case. And I was so chuffed with it. I actually am going to make another one. This one I made for me. I'm actually going to make another one, and I'm not going to put a divider in it. So I thought it would be quite nice if I put a divider in it, like I did with my wallets. But actually, I don't really feel that it needs it. I mean, for me, okay, but I feel that other people, I don't really know. It's a bit of a thing, isn't it? Really, I suppose you don't really need a pencil case with that divider in it. I mean, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you feel is best, with divider or without divider. I've made myself one with a divider, but I was just going to make them without them, especially if I don't have enough of that fabric, if that makes sense. So I'd only need an outer and a liner and a zip. So that's that. And then I thought, a friend of mine said, Nick, could you make me a hot tools bag? And I was like, no, she actually said, Nick, are you gonna start making a little hot tools bag? And I was like, I don't know, I have thought about the idea, but wasn't entirely sure. So again, I didn't use any patterns or anything. I did this myself, which this is very easy, this one. And the zip was fine on this one. I have only made a couple of bags with zips before, but it's something that I do want to make a lot of. So these will be coming to my shop and will be at markets. So I did make one very similar, but well, it's exactly the same, just in a bigger scale. So I actually made one of these, and it's quilted. So some of them are boxed at the bottom, some of the Hot Tools bags, which I do really like those, but I was just experimenting. I thought maybe that would be quite cute. It could only really be used for that, or maybe like a laminator or something, but I don't really know why you'd need a laminator bag. So, however, I did this one. I did this one. And I didn't realise at the time, I thought, I was just happy sewing along, and I was doing my zip, and then I finished it all, and then I thought, why is this not, you know, I sewed it far too close to the edge. So I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to unpick that, and I'm going to redo it when I have the energy to do that and the time. Then another thing I wanted to make was a slightly, well, it's a smaller bag with a zip, but I wanted something about this sort of size, which I've made this one, this cute little bag, little zipper bag. It's got a liner in it, some money in that. So I'm gonna make these. These are gonna come onto my shop, and I'm also going to make one that is probably around this size. So it's gonna be like a little coin purse. I thought that sort of size would be quite cute. So yeah, they all have different liners in them. I don't know whether just to use some of the fabric, my larger scrap fabric, or to actually bring them to the shop and bulk sew them. I'm not entirely sure. Again, what do you guys think? Would you like to see more of this? Would you like a unique version, so one of a kind that no one can ever get again? Or do you think that it would be best if I actually produce more of them, so I can source the fabric? I wasn't entirely sure, so I don't know whether just to like take the unique ones to markets and then maybe put on my online store ones that I know that I can get the fabric again, because some of this fabric I can't get again. So yeah, so that's basically what I've been up to, experimenting really. So today is Wednesday, and if you know, my son is only at preschool for a couple of hours, so I have another hour and a half, so I might actually make the coin purse at the little mini coin purse. So I might actually make one of those now, because I don't want to waste my morning. Once I've picked him up, we've got to go to Tesco's, because for some reason we've gone through 3 punnets of strawberries since Sunday. I mean, I don't understand. But anyway, so I've got to go to Tesco's, and then I think I'm just gonna prepped Rob and Olivia's dinner, and I've actually cooked my dinner already this morning. And I find I'm more productive in the morning than I am in the evenings, even though I work evenings as well. I work days and evenings. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I will be back home last day tonight. So So that, well, the time is now 10:20, so that probably took me about 40 minutes to do. Obviously, if I bulk prepped everything and actually figured out the sizing before, it would take me less time. But I'm actually really quite pleased with that. So I actually bought just a reel of zip, and then had to put on the hardware myself. Now, I did really struggle to begin with, and then I YouTubed an easy way to do it. Oh my god, it's so much quicker and easier. I was really struggling. I was really trying to like pull it on, and now I've got the knack of it, and actually that's gonna be really beneficial to me cost wise, and the fact that if I just want to design or create a new project, if I don't have the right size zipper, it doesn't really matter because I can make my own, because I have a bag full of zips, but I hate waste, so that will limit that massively. So yeah, I'm definitely going to invest in that more. So how many of the hardware have I got? I mean, I've got that much, so yeah, that's going to be fantastic. So what do you think to this size? So don't even know where I've put that other bag. Here we are. So here is the large one. In actual fact, you could probably put sanitary products in here. That'd actually be quite good. Lipsticks, little bit of makeup that you don't want to have like loads, but you do want to have something just to pop in your bag. Also, cables. That is actually a very good idea. I've just suddenly thought the amount of cables that you have, that would be really handy. Yeah, so that would be a really good travel one. Whereas this is for coins. You could put smaller sanitary products in there. You could put your USBs, wires and stuff as well. But yeah, two different sizes, a large and a small, and they're both using up some of my larger scraps. So I'm really pleased with that. I did actually make a tab to go on the side, which I then thought, no, I'm not going to do that. What I might do is when I make my next one is just pop my little side label here, my black and white one that I use for my scrunchies. It's a satin one, rather than my big one that goes on the front, purely because I want my higher end products that are dearer to have those on. These are just my lower end priced items. So yeah, I will pop my label on here, but I will pop my side label. So I'm really pleased with myself with those. Yeah, so I'm probably, I don't know, I've already tidied my studio today. I have hoovered, and actually what I might do is show you what I've done on my island. So let me just spin the camera around and I'll show you. So here's Studio Dog in his permanent space. He probably could do with a haircut. Bless him. With his new Christmas toy. Anyway, so for those of you who haven't seen my studio tour before, or my studio before, this is my movable island. It's on casters. This is custom made by myself and my fiance. This side is materials that I need. I've got bobbins, I've got buttons, I've got products that I'm making, I've got some what's this one? These are my zips. Then I've got some lace there and trims. I've got some more of like my poppers. I've got my resin mates here, and these are the new additions here. These are a couple of hooks, so I have my scissors and my rotary cutter that hang on here. This is another thing that I've recently purchased. It's actually a grab rail for individuals that suffer with their mobility, so they actually use this to pull themselves up. So I have seen on quite a few tutorials people using these because it puts less stress on your wrists and your hand when you're cutting, and that has made a massive difference. So it's only like a tenner I think on Amazon, but if you're struggling with that or you do a lot of cutting, you must buy that because it's done me the world of good. Down here I've actually just got some of my overflow of candles. This is a clothes rail that I'm keeping to hang certain products on, and this is my mum slash daughter's sewing machine for when my mum comes around. So up here I have some fleece. I have some material that's already cut out into fat quarters or hexagons. These are quite big bits of fabric. I do have some fat quarters up here, which I have a few products in mind for those, but this are my larger pieces of fabric that were in my scrap box, which is located just down there, which now only has small pieces of fabric in. So yeah, all my fabric is all on one side of the room, so fabric and my scrunchies. I actually haven't even taken my scrunchies out of the boxes from the market and put them back yet, so I must do that. But anyway, hopefully I've got a market in March. So here are my fabric. So to you it doesn't mean a lot, but for me, I've got some liners here. These are my Kindle and book sleeve cases here. I've got some of the products that I've made. Obviously my chocolates from Christmas. These are not cotton fabric, so we got satin and then a few like stretch and other fabrics there, which will be used for different projects. And these are used for book sleeves, scrunchies up here. If you have watched one of my previous vlogs, I did try and replenish some of my material, but actually when I went there they didn't have a lot of stock there, so which is really annoying. But anyway, we do have a couple of books here and some of my patterns that I've made and downloaded, and then here we've got some of my like packaging goods. So I've got my stickers, my thank you cards, etc, and these are just sewing bits here, and there's not really much anything there. Those are bows that need to be finished. They shouldn't be there, they should actually be up on the side. But anyway, so that's how I've done this room, how I've done my island now. I actually pulled everything off of here and everything out from underneath here, everything over my desk, all off, and cleaned everything. I've done a really good thorough clean. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Hello and happy Thursday, everybody. I have a busy day today because I'm at work all day and I have work this evening. But yesterday I had my first order of 2026 on my website, which is all packed up and ready to go. I just wanted to show you what they ordered. So I'll just show you now. So we have a Grace XL. So this is my Grace scrunchie. They're all XL scrunchies as well. We have my Ophelia scrunchie here, and also a Penelope scrunchie, but I don't have an XL in here, but this is the print. I'm ecstatic, absolutely ecstatic. So what's the day today? It's the 8th of January, and I have my first order. I'm so excited. So thank you so much, Nicola. If you ever see this, thank you so much. It means the world to me. It really does. I have put you something inside as a massive thank you, because you are my first ever my first order of 2026. So I've put a little something in there for you. So yeah, thank you so much. I just wanted to I would have put up by the time this goes live, so this is tomorrow evening, I would have already put up a little reel on my social media platforms, just saying a massive thank you. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. So today I have, as you can see, I have packed that up. I have bought the label for it, but for some reason I cannot find the adapter for my Mumbin label printer. I don't know what I've done with that. So I've ordered another one last night, so it should be here tomorrow or Saturday. And as soon as it comes in, I will be posting this out. So yeah, that's good. I do have a 1 to 2 week turnaround, but it's January, so I can get them out pretty quickly. If not the same day, maybe 2 to 3 days. I can get them shipped. So, well, I would have got this out today had I not misplaced my my adapter, the actual power lead. So anyway, that I ordered that straight away last night. I was hunting around for it. It's because we have a lot of like stuff in the kitchenette, and it's obviously in there somewhere, but I'm not prepared to drag every single thing out, so I just thought I'd buy another one, and when I come across it, at least I'll have two. I'll have a backup. So I've got one of my scrunchies in today. So I have work today, so I dropped the children off. I don't actually have time to have lunch today. I don't ever have breakfast unless it's a weekend. But I'm going to have to eat something today. So it's now 20 to 9 and I don't actually like eating this early in the morning, but I'm going to have to eat something because otherwise I won't be eating till after the school run. So I'm going to make myself something to eat in a moment. Sorry about that. That's little Arthur playing with his new Christmas toys. So that's pretty much it for today. Really, I mean, I have work this evening as well. I really have got to add the rest of my stock online. I have a load. I have obviously my new products that I showed you earlier. I have got some more scrunchies that need to go up on the website. Oh, I did email someone about a market yesterday, but they're full for that one, but they do have another one much later on in the year, so I'm gonna do that one. That's not till November though. I'm trying to find a couple of, you know, spring summer ones. I have found a few. I just need to email them, but I can't do many because I'm just so busy on the weekends with the wedding coming up. With the wedding coming up, so there's a lot. So, but I will be doing, there's a market if you're local or you live in Southampton in the UK. I will be doing a market which is the second Saturday of every month in Totton. So that'll be my first outdoors one. My first outdoors one. Which I'm very excited about. I'm really excited about that. So I do have one at least every month. I don't really want to do too many more than that. Maybe up to the lead up to Christmas. Maybe like maybe I don't know, Halloween sort of time. I mean, after the wedding's in August, so after that it won't be so bad. But yeah, anyway, so I'm going to check my emails. I do need to do some admin for my other job because I need to let all my customers know my annual leaves for the year. So I like to let everyone know in January for the entire year of all the set in stone, you know, all the concreted annual leaves that I won't be working. And then I might have like a couple if it's like due to the children, if they've got like presentations or sports days or, you know, Christmas, whatever, or maybe just a couple that just pop up. So I have to write a list of things I have to do, but definitely my website I need to be doing, and I need to be sorting out my annual leave for the year. So I do actually know my annual leave, I just need to type it up. I need to email and print some of them off. I need to send this out, hopefully Nicola's parcel, hopefully hopefully tomorrow. It said before the 9th. So yeah, either today, tomorrow, or I assume maybe Saturday. I don't know. So yeah, and this will be with Nicola next week. By the time I've sent it off, it takes about 2 to 3 days. So excellent. I would like to work on my packaging once my business is more established. At the moment, I've just got bubble mailers, so I do have slightly smaller ones, and I have just like bags. If you come to one of my markets, you'll get a paper bag with my label stamped on that. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep the cost down as well for everyone. But for my very first order of 2026, I wanted to send this in the post in a box. I will get some more of these. I will buy them in bulk, but I'll probably just use my stock up of my bubble mailers first. So I do have some pink ones, which are smaller ones. So if you buy maybe like 1 or 2 products from me, I can fit them in there. Otherwise I'll put them in just not a particularly nice brown one. But I just want to get, yeah, like I said, keep the cost down for everyone, because I know postage is expensive, and use up what I got, because I don't want to buy any more until I have to, because that's just wasteful and I don't like waste. So I'm going to tomorrow I am meeting up with someone who I met at a like a, it's not a D-stash, like a fabric, it was a fabric thing. Basically you bring your unwanted fabric items and then you can choose one thing in return. So if you bought like 5 things, you can take 5 things in return, which was lovely. That was last year. So I met a lovely lady called Lisa, and we have met up once since then for a coffee, just to have a chat. But we do have a new fabric store that's opened in Southampton. So I said, oh, shall we just go and have a little nosy and grab a coffee? So she said yeah, but she's been in New York, so she got back yesterday. So we're just liaising on times, and then we're gonna have a little look-see tomorrow. So that's tomorrow. And then I'm gonna, yeah, try and get as much as I can done this weekend. I need a plan. I've got my diary here. So here's my diary for Nicoodle Studios, and then I do have another one for my other business, which is upstairs, but it's basically, oh no, it's not, it's here. This is my other one. So it's got really like cute little, I love these little coffees in them. So yeah, but this one I needed a big one because I do write a lot, to-do lists, what I've done, who to email, etc, etc. So yes, that's that. So I'm going to leave this vlog here. So thank you very much for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you want to continue watching me on my journey of growing my small handmade business. I'd really appreciate that, because I have, if you haven't looked at my previous vlogs, I have now gone part-time. So